welcome back to Little Miss Drop Stitch. Today I've got my little friend Obi with us today. He's not been on the channel for, it must be a year. That's because he's a bit of a diva and his booking fee is very high, isn't it? But we've saved up and we've got you on the channel today. Today's video I'm really excited about because I've been making a really conscious effort for this year, and if you watched my kind of how I'm hoping things to go in 2024 or however it was worded video, I talked about kind of what changes I'd like to make in my crafting, and one in particular was to save money crafting and not online shop and the rest of it. So we've been trying it for a year and I'm going to share with you 5 of my top tips for saving money with your crafts this year. Promise the video's not boring. You're back in the room now. Stop yawning. I have a bag of tricks for us today, and my first idea was to use the scraps. I know this seems obvious and we all do it with the best intentions with our box of scraps that just builds up, but I've actually decided to do something about it, both with fabric and Obi's interested in my box of scraps and with knitting. So this jumper I actually made, he's showing off now, and I really like it. We don't want to get the booty on. You're quite okay there. Come on, sit. Sit. Bye-bye. This jumper here was actually made with 4-ply scraps and I used the Book Ready Set raglan. So the patterns were for worsted weight, so 4.5mm needles. However, I put 2 4-plies together and I really like the kind of almost stiffness and heaviness in the structure that it gives, and I don't feel like it looks like I've just kind of walked into a skip and picked up loads of ends of wool. I do think it actually looks good, and I really just like the opportunity to be creative as well and almost let go and just kind of see what happens as we go along, and just the whole point was just using colours I liked. Another example, and I'll link the video below because I know you all like this. This was using the scrap fabric pile that I have, and we've covered a book which I think transforms into something that I will totally be gifting for my friends, and it's just a really nice little idea and a way to use up your scraps. You could totally sell those as well at fairs, and like I said, I'll be gifting them as well. Another thing in my bag of tricks that I have for you that I use with scraps, I mean it's lovely, this, I think it's Liberty but William Morris fabric, and it's a hot water bottle. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do a pattern for this actually, because I self-drafted it, but I just, and I use the scraps the insides as well. I really love this. I think this is one of my favourite makes of the year. It's just so simple, but everything just goes, and you would totally never know that I was being cheap using my scraps. Number 2, Obi is clearly not interested in this idea because he's gone away, haven't you? My second point and idea, he does like paper, no show without punches there, is to ask friends to use some of their materials. Cheeky chops. For this, and we'll talk about this more in a moment, but the tinsel was actually my friend Jackie's, because I know she makes things with it kind of every year, so I was like, oh, if you've got any tinsel this year, please can I borrow some? And that, it saved me a good £1.50 to £2, which might not seem much, but everything does actually add up, especially with crafting. So yeah, I asked my friend for a bit of the tinsel. Oh dear. Well, I won't be gifting these now, will I, Obi? And that helped me to save some money as well. And I know in return I've lent friends, because I've loads of like the eyes for making toys and things, so it means that I can clear some of my stash and also I can get bits for free as well. You might also, Obi's on the rampage, you might also be able to kind of look in local communities, sites, Facebook, whatever, to see and give a shout out if anyone can offer you any materials that you're after, so you don't have to buy the full amount. And it also means there's not a load of stuff that I'm not going to use in my stash. And Obi loves a pom-pom as well as paper, so he's trying to eat that as well. And yeah, just ask around if you can in, you know, local craft groups, art groups, Facebook, whatever. It just means as well, you've not got the rest of it in your stash just loitering there doing nothing. Number 3, my notes actually say we've got this far without mentioning it, but I don't think we have. This is all about the stash, you know, not the scraps and things like that, because I know that if we're honest with ourselves, we've all got kind of full balls of wool in our stash that are either left over because we've ordered too much, we've fallen out with the projects, whatever, they're not particularly doing much. So what I've done for my mum for Christmas, I've actually just used stash wool, so it's not cost me anything to do, and I know she'll be super pleased with them. This is Regia, however I pronounce it, 6 ply, and this is another Regia. So they're great, she'll be super happy and feel very loved. I've put lots of time and effort into them, but it's cost me nothing, so that is a Brucey bonus, and it means it looks like I've got her more presents, which I know she won't be bothered, but I like to try and do nice things for her. Another little tip as well that's not to do with saving money, if you don't know how chunky the recipient's ankles are, which I'm not quite sure with my mum, then that's a 1x1 rib and this is a 2x2. It means it'll just kind of, and if they've got kind of thinner legs then it will not fall down, or if they've a bit of a chunkier calf then it's not gonna kind of be too tight either. Number 4 is a part of the stash category that you might have not thought of, and that's reconnecting with your stash. And the reason I say that, I went through mine just to tidy it, to be honest. You might be able to, you know, free up a storage box or whatever you put it in. I managed to do that so I can put some of my jumpers in one as well. But then the process of feeling the yarn, going through the memories of, you know, like the yarn I got in Norway, of where I bought that and why, and remembering what I'm going to do with it, and reconnecting with my stash really helped me. And I feel, I mean, I'm already pretty inspired, but I feel even more inspired to either tick certain things off or try new techniques that I'd got that yarn planned for. Another part of reconnecting with our stash, me and Mum went through our card making stash and we discovered our really cute Christmas stamps. I have done a video testing the pens for this actually, if you want me to link that below. So that's just one of my little Christmas cards. I hope you like it, I really do. And you know what, we really enjoyed it. It was a bit of a different craft for us. My mum does cross stitch and I do my knitting and crochet and sewing, whatever. So it was just nice, it was something different for us. We could be creative, it wasn't a set chart or pattern, so it was quite freeing for us. And again, I've actually saved money. This is a double whammy. I've saved money because I've not bought new craft things, and I've also managed to do these for free. Everything was out of my stash to make these with. Number 5, this is something that's tested me the most actually this year, and I wonder if you've been doing it as well, so let me know in the comments. It's been using my stash to complete projects, so not like this where I've used kind of all of the stash for it, just scrappy, but to complete projects. So let me show you an example. So this, I had the grey in, but then as we know with crochet projects they're just so wool hungry. This is out of the Iron Lamb book actually, and then I don't think it looks odd, and this is what I've been having to let go of it, you know, perfectly matching, being the same yarn and all the rest of it. And the sleeves, I just used kind of the bits I got in my stash. You know, you've got kind of like half of a ball left. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with this. It doesn't look odd at all, and I've kind of let go of it all being matchy perfect. Another example I have for you, this tree again, if I've not said it, we'll put the links below. This is made from a recycled book, and I'd have had, if it was me, I'd have had, you know, red or gold tinsel yarn and then a red or gold pom-pom, but I thought, no, saving money. So I used a red pom. On some of the others, I've put like 3 poms together and they look like little berries, and the tinsel's green, which even though it's not what I picked, it looks absolutely fine, and I'm pleased that I saved the money. And again, the bit I didn't think of when I was preparing for this video is actually there's not excess left in my stash, so if I'd have got a pack of pom-poms of like 20 and used one, they'd have been stuck there then. Although I am pretty addicted to making these trees, so perhaps not. Crafting is a unique and personal journey, but also something that we can share with each other. I think sometimes you know when you need and want the proper stuff to finish it, but then it's been really freeing and educational, if you want to say that, for me to learn to let go. So this jumper and, you know, the ones we've showed you, nothing looks bad or amateur, if I'm allowed to say that. I don't think they look like that. I think they look great, and I've saved quite a bit of money actually in the process. It does really all add up, those few pounds here and there. If you've enjoyed our video and Dolby's company, please do consider giving us a like, thumbs up, subscribe and all that good stuff, and let us know in the comments if you'll be using any of these tips or your own tips to save money crafting as well. It's certainly something that I'll be continuing to work on in 2025. Thank you and take care.